Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. With this video I'm starting a new series as follow-up from my previous Python PyQt5 UI designer set of video tutorials. So our goal is to use that knowledge about PyQt5 and use it in a real-life project with some additional features, as you will see later on. So as you probably noticed, there is a Raspberry Pi on my thumbnail or right here. So if you haven't heard of this small computer, don't worry, I will probably create a whole video about how it works and why we will be using it. And of course, if you don't have one or you don't have plans to buy any of Raspberry Pi models soon, you don't need one because this project will work just fine on your computer. So here we have some requirements about software. You obviously need basic knowledge of Python, especially object-oriented programming, which I assume you already know because you finished my YouTube playlist tutorials with PyQt5, which is link to that playlist is somewhere right here. And if you will be using Raspberry Pi, if you decide to buy it, you will also need basic knowledge of Linux terminal commands. So next we can go to requirements about hardware. Obviously everything is optional because if you don't buy Raspberry Pi, you don't need any of those components. But if you do, I recommend that you buy RFID sensor and some key cards or just keys, which looks like something like this. I will put those in description next video where you can buy those for a really low price. We will also need a breadboard, which looks something like this, and some wires, and servo or electric door. This is what servo looks like, and electric door lock. And optional you need some LED lights. So let's go on and see what is our project actually about. So here we have a little bit a schema of our project. Here we have door to our building or our room, and here is our RFID sensor, which is let's say attached to the door, and when you press with your key on the sensor, your signal is sent directly to the Raspberry Pi, which checks the database which is connected with our Python app, and checks if identification number of this key is in our database. Then our door can be unlocked, which is presented with this servo right here. We also have some LED lights right here, which is just for displaying if our door is locked or not, or something like that. I don't know if I will include them in our project. We will see when we go on with it. Here in the middle we have of course a breadboard which will connect everything together, and a Raspberry Pi which will connect to the monitor with HDMI cable, and on the other side with GPIO pins to breadboard and other components. If you have no idea what I'm talking about right here, don't freak out. I will explain everything about hardware in first video or in next video of this series. And if you don't want to use any of those hardware, just skip to second or third video when we will be starting to planning our database and so on. So let's go on. Here we have our application, which will contain CRUD of users. CRUD, if you don't know, mean create, read, update, and delete. Of course, users will have at least name and surname and identification number, which will represent their RFID key or card. Then we will be able to add users to database. Okay, we will add to database when user enters with RFID key. This means when anyone came to our room, let's say, and unlocked our doors, we will save this record in our database. We will also add working hours. This will optional be. So if you are having a company and want to store working hours, this will be that part, and we will also export to database to Excel, since we will be using SQLite database, which is not recommended to store a lot of data and is really good to export to external file like Excel file. So this is that what we'll be doing, and of course reading from Excel, and we will also include bulletin board, which means that users will be able to write some news on that board so others will be able to see them. We'll also display some basic statistics. So this is how our project should go. This is not very accurate because we'll probably adjust some steps along our journey of our first real life project. So first we'll probably design our database, plan database, create database, try executing some SQL queries on database. So this is good for reason that if you later came to error about database, you have to correct database and your application and probably something else. But if you try executing SQL just when you create database, you can easily find bug really fast. So about application, we will add some tabs. Also, we will include some administration and so on. And at the end, we will connect everything together with our hardware if you will decide to use it. So this is it for this video. I hope you will enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.